Okay, got that part.
Yes, it's Golf Whiskey 8. Golf Whiskey 8, figure 8, Sierra Zulu Lima. You go ahead. I forget he's on there now, so. Anyway, we might be a norm, I don't know what's happening about norm. So put that in charge.
Citadel 4 NRM here. Hi Dave, because I'm using a mobile device, I've put a link on my own Facebook page. Can you jump on there, grab the link to the live link and share it in the group? Would be appreciated. Citadel 4 NRM, now live from the brewery.
Please, and we're all good. Dave, GW8, this Citadel, keep me up to date with what you're doing. And if we can assist in any way, more than happy to do so. 04 Charlie Echo Lima. Armchair mobile now.
Citadel 4 NRM, just checking anyone's listening to me.
Yeah, got you there, Norm, over.
Yep, Citadel 4 NRM. Dave, can you jump on, or anyone jump on my Facebook page? There's a live link on there now. And grab that link and share it across, because I can't do it on the mobile device when I'm filming. So if you grab that link and share it with the crowd. Put someone there. Hello to whoever's aboard there. Welcome to the Catlins Brewery. We'll start the tour very shortly. I'm just about to bring in the Ham Echolink group are about to come in as well to join the tour, so stand by for the tour. While we're waiting, Marshall got a wee quick goes around, but waiting for everyone to catch up.
Charlie 1 Delta Delta Juliet. Good morning, good evening, everybody. This is Prakash checking in. Yeah, good morning there, sir, from Australia. Well, still morning here. Yeah, they're gonna paste a link in the bottom of the screen there if you want to join in.
So stand by, we'll be there in a minute. couple of people in, we'll start. So just stand by until we get a few more people in, and we're streaming for anyone else that's outside of the ham community. This is a public for anyone, anywhere. This is also getting streamed audio over the ham conference group on Echolink. So you may hear some hams talking in about. So if you're wondering what's going on, we're doing this over ham radio as well as over YouTube. To anyone else that's a non-ham listening, that's what's going on. So once we've got a couple more people in, we'll get things underway. Standing by, CL4 NRM in the Catlins Brewery.
That's interesting, Noel. There's about a 6 or 7 second delay between the audio stops on Echolink and the audio on YouTube. But you got the picture up on the screen there. I can hear myself coming back through the feed of YouTube now from BK3HJQ.
Righty-ho, so we'll get this thing rolling. I've got you on the tablet. So I've got the tablet in one hand and my cell phone in the other hand. So all going well, won't be too jumpy, and I've got that box of rubbish heads to hold that sign in the background. All right, well, Marshall, get things underway then. This is the Catlins Brewery. I'm Norm, also CL4 NRM ham call sign for those any non-hams that might be listening on YouTube. Well, first of all, what makes beer? Well, you're looking at the main ingredients in front of you there. And that first one here, this is actually malted wheat. So that's malted wheat. That's the grain you're looking at right there. And I'll just drop it for a second. There we go. Don't want to time anything out. If anyone needs the link, just give me a shout and somebody will repost it. Anyone that's just joined the group. So anyway, that's wheat. Next we have rye. That's actually kind of a roasted rye, and then we have malted barley. That's the three main ingredients for the body of the beer. Also we have hops. These are pellet hops. You can also get flour hops as well. And the most important ingredient of the lot is yeast. That's just powdered yeast. You get liquid yeasts and all that as well. And anyone that's listening, I'm just leaving a wee gap on the Echolink side if anyone wants to come in and ask any questions. CL4 NRM returning. I'm just leaving a gap occasionally on Echolink, just so if anyone needs to ask any questions, they can do so. So I'll leave a wee gap there before we move on. Okay, we'll carry on. So these are some of the different beers I do. It's a dark coffee stout there. That's a Naggedy Stout it's called. Then it's a wheat beer. Scotch Mist, which is a Manuka smoked beer. Pilsner Golden Ale. You can see there's a couple of other ones in the background there. You can see that I haven't got bottles in front of me. Anyway, we'll carry on. So any questions before I move on? CL4 NRM on the Echolink side. Try not to drop in the phone.
It sounds pretty good. I tried to do the link and it didn't come up on the link, and you posted, someone posted it, and it didn't come up, the link of the video. It didn't come up on YouTube.
Oh, that's strange. I'll try and post it on the Echolink ham Echolink page. So stand by 1 minute, and I'll see if I can get it on there. 2 seconds. I'll see if I can get it to work. And I'll get that friend request sorted shortly. So what I'll do is I'll just leave you here just to have a quick look. And
I copied it to the little thing. I copied it, and it didn't want to.
Oh.
Come up. The first one didn't want to come up.
The first one was wrong. also put the link on the Ham Echolink page now as well. So hello everyone. I don't know if you can see me or not, but right, let's begin with the hardware now. So I'll turn around so I can actually see what I'm looking at, so you guys can see as well. I'll just drop a wee gap here if any questions before I move on.
That's absolutely cool, Norm. It's about a 6-second delay. I love this. Yeah, Vic Ashrade's JQ. I was just going, this is absolutely perfect. I'm in the, I've got my 28-inch screen here and watching the video. And, the audio's coming through again, Vic Ashrade's JQ.
On Bing, and I use Bing, I tried to do that.
Okay, chaps. Well, we've got 2 people connected at the moment. 3 now. I've got 3 people on. Welcome aboard. Whether you're Echolink or non-Echolink from the Greater Outdoors. You might hear some streaming on the side. Also streaming this audio over Echolink Ham Conference Group. ZL4 NRM. That's right. I am here, Eric. I'm just talking to the camera at the same time. Yep. Have you managed to get on there, Eric? ZL4 NRM.
No, it didn't work. I put it in I put in my user page, Bing. I tried Bing, and then I tried going on videos. It didn't want to come up. Nothing came up. It says it doesn't recognize it.
Just go straight to YouTube. Just go to YouTube and throw it in the address bar on top of your screen there. Just copy and paste it directly into the address bar, and you should be able to get to it directly. Yeah, that's all you have to do is whack in the address bar. I'm actually watching my own stream here.
I have a suggestion. Just do a Google search on the link. Most probably that will open up KC1DDJ.
Wow, there's a big delay.
Oh, that's absolutely awesome, Norm. I consider multiple pictures streaming through now over. Oh, there you go.
ZL4 NRM returning here. Yeah, just this is my ham shack slash brewery bar. So I've got a long way to go to get a beer in these parts. So I've got a few beers on tap there: Golden Ale, Scotch Mist, Wheat Beer, Pilsner, Loki, which is a Chilean coriander wheat beer, and Stout. Yeah, this is a Terry's server I'm building for All-Star, which I'm working on at the moment, and installing CentOS on there. And the one on the bottom there is the Ham Echolink web server in the future. Oh, it's just a search and rescue computer I'm fixing. Anyway, we got a few people in here. How's everyone? I'll just give a wee gap here now.
I don't know. I try to put it in a search box. I'm not trying to be in trouble here. I'm just trying to figure out why it didn't want to work. I don't know what's going on. What's the text box? You can send it to my email.
ZL4 NRM. Somebody able to flick that through to Eric for me, please? ZL4 NRM. Sorry guys, listening here. I might as well talk here. This is the green store and stuff. Hopefully, I know the Wi-Fi is. So this is the grain store, bottle store.
I tried.
As you can hear, the guys talking in the background.
I'm on YouTube. I'm on the YouTube site. I'm on the main YouTube site and stuff. Oh shoot! I might have to go to work now. I have to go work at 5:15.
Right, I'll use the audio through here. So this is the glycol culling.
Yeah, it looks like it sounds like you got a mixer going and stuff. You got a mixer and it's mixing up the barley, and that's how you make the beer.
Rightio, ZL4 NRM here. Let's get this thing cracking, and I'll do a wee demonstration of what happens. So hope you all can hear me. As you can see, I've got my tablet down there, so you can actually see me talking, and there is a bit of a delay. So basically, we take the likes of the this is the barley here, and I do have a machine that does this, but just for demonstration purposes, I'll just use a backless screwdriver. So basically, you break up the husks. You see how the husks there are been broken, and see that white powdery stuff inside. That's the goodies we want. That's actually starch, and at least the screwdriver probably looks better. That's actually starch inside the husks. You don't want to make them too fine, because the husks are actually used for filtration in the actual beer as well. So once you get to this consistency, it's called grist, and then I'll just drop it for a second if you've got any questions before I go on to the next step. Rightio, we'll carry on. CDL4NRM with the live video stream from the Catlins Brewery. So basically, then we the grain room through next door there in the shipping container. It all goes through a grain mill, and basically you come out with the result of basically cracked grain like that. So from there, we take it through into the first process of the brewing. This is what's called a kettle. Get it right. The mash tun, and this is the mash tun here. Which has a stainless steel grate in the bottom, which is known as the false bottom. So what happens here is the grain goes in there with water at 66 degrees Celsius. I'll just break for a second. CDL4 NORM returning. So after what happens there, it'll sit in there for 90 minutes. And basically our control interface here, I'll try and not get too much glare on here, sorry about the shaking. So the control interface, we set up the program. So we mash in at 66 degrees for 80 minutes, and then it's only one step in this process, so you can actually change the process. It's kind of hard when looking through the screen. So you can change whatever process you want. I've got a couple of programs saved in here. Enter, and I've just made a mistake. So kind of looking through the camera rather than looking at what I'm doing. So if you want to go to 3, enter, and you can see the program's changing. So when you go to a different one, like program number 1, enter, and all the different settings. So then you go back to the main screen, and you get 67 degrees. When you start automatic, then you hit the go button. I'm not going to do it now because there's no water in there. I don't want to fry stuff. But still computer controlled. I'll just break for a second. Any questions? Come on now. CDL4 NRM. Okay, no questions, I'll carry on. So basically what happens in here is that when it's sitting at that 66 degrees Celsius, the enzymes break down the starch and converts it into malt. Malt is a type of sugar, that's what we want, as the goodies we want to make beer of. And then the liquid at that stage then becomes called wort. And the wort then goes down into here, which is, I'll just got some lids in there, I was washing them. But that's actually creates a centrifuge, and any grain that gets through gets trapped in there, and then it gets pumped up through into the kettle. And one thing I did forget to mention: the liquid does circulate all the time and goes through that heater. That's a 9 kilowatt heater. That's an electrically powered heater that keeps it at the constant 66 degrees. I'll just drop again for any questions or any comments. Okay, CDL4 NRM continuing. So the next step is we hook up a hose to there and pump it over into the next vessel. This one here is called the kettle, and it's got 2 big gas burners underneath. There's a 40 kilowatt gas burner underneath there, and basically all it is just a big giant kettle. It's got a wee nozzle there for doing centrifuge. I'll come to that in a minute. But basically the wort gets pumped over there. We bring it up to boiling point. And then once we get to boiling point, we add some hops, which is these things here. This is actually a pelletized hop. It's actually quite hard actually do when you're actually looking through the camera. But these are pelletized hops. And break them up. So basically the hops have been actually, the leaves of the hop cone, shall I say, have all been ground up, and it's been turned into a paste, then extruded and made into pellets. And that goes into one of these bags. Which one of these bags? It goes into a bag like this, which is a mesh bag, and that goes into the boiling water. I'll just break for a minute. Excuse me, for anyone else that's listening. CDL4 NORM returning with the Catlins Brewery tour. So then, in various different brews, you might have different timings for putting in your hops. Right at the very beginning of the boil, you get the bitterness of the beer. Halfway through the boil, you will get the flavors, the hop flavors, and right at the end you get the hop aromas. So you add different hops at different times to give you the different characters. And there's various different hop varieties in different beers, so it just depends on what beer. And I generally boil it for 90 minutes. After that, it goes through you can see a big plate heat exchanger down there, and that rapidly cools the worts down to about 25 degrees Celsius. And then we do what's called whirlpooling. That's what that angle nozzle is there. So basically, it just pumps it at the bottom, round and back in, creates a whirlpool, and that gets all the sediment in that to fall down into that drain down the bottom there. Then it's ready to be pumped into one of the vats. These are the vats. There's currently 4 operational. I'll just drop for a second to see if anyone wants to comment, questions, or ask what the heck we're doing. CDL4 NORM standing by for 1 minute. Quick break. Okay, so obviously everyone's happy and following along, or completely confused. So these are all chilled vats, so you can probably hear the glycol plant running in the background. This is one of the vats that I haven't commissioned just yet, so you can actually see the copper coils around the outside of the tank. That has methyl glycol running around there at -8 degrees Celsius, and that's used for cooling. You can see it's behind that insulation. If I'll show you there, you can see roughly the thickness of the insulation there. Gives you an idea of the insulation. So it'll sit in there, ferment. There's one fermented. This one actually here is fermenting at the moment. That's got a white squall wheat beer in there at the moment. And anytime you've got questions, I'll pause every so often just so you've got questions, or anyone else has just joined us wondering what the heck I'm talking about, feel free to ask any questions. CDL4 NORM standing by one for any questions or comments. Okay, nothing heard. I shall carry on. ZL4 NORM here with the ongoing tour of the Catlins Brewery. This is one. This is the beer I'm just about to do some keg today. That's the Nagany Black Stout. That was brewed on the 14th of August. Currently sitting about 3 degrees Celsius. It's a digital controller that controls the glycol, little glycol plant there. And for all you Wi-Fi people, that's a 5.8 gigahertz ubiquity AC dish there, used for long-range Wi-Fi, 5.8 gigahertz. I've got wireless stuff everywhere here. Here, that's just my cooling plant for my own brews there. So there's a couple of different beers that I have on tap. That's the back of the wall with all the taps in it. I was just so I can watch and listen to you guys, watch movies, or talk to you guys on the radio. And around here is when I'm doing the bottling stage. This is my bottling rig. Now what I'm going to do here is have a wee quick break, and I'll set up the camera on the tripod and give you a wee demonstration of filling bottles. And if you've got any comments, come on now. I'll be just about a minute standing by. CDL4 NORM. We're going to put this so we can see what's going on. Yeah, dropping stuff. Right, let's see if we can get this tripod sitting here. Maybe beer over here. that's pretty good, right? So CDL4 NOM. I hope you guys are still following me. Are you still getting this, everyone? Just someone let me know. Make sure I'm not talking to myself here. CDL4 NOM. Hello, I just thought I would say hello. Okay, so I'll just fill a bottle and explain how it works. Basically there's two lines coming in. One line here, which is the beer line, and the line coming in from CO2, which I need to actually turn on, otherwise it's not going to work. Turn that on, turn that on. And first of all, we do is we need to get rid of all the oxygen that's inside the bottle. So we turn on this, which pushes out the air and replaces it with carbon dioxide. And it comes out the pressure relief valve down here. So once it's purged, obviously don't leave it on that long. Once it's purged, then we turn on the fuel, as I say, and it starts filling with beer. And we get a cap over here. And normally I do this at a big rate of knots, but I'm just doing this one hand so you guys can see what's happening. And as you can see, it's slowly filling there, and you'll see the foam will start coming out in a minute. And it'll settle, you see it starting to settle, and as soon as it's filled all the way and settled, usually I'm doing two at once here and rattling through this at a rate of knots. I'll just put this down, it's only two hands while I cap it, turn the valve off, whack it off, and of course it goes stuck in there, and complete. And on that note, so CDL4 NRM with the Brewery Tour. Anyone else got any comments, or just at least let me know that somebody's watching? Over.
GM0DEB here, Graham, Central Scotland, and I'm watching. I'm on YouTube. Was absolutely fascinating. Carry on.
Fantastic. Welcome aboard there, Graham. And I'm just about to do the next step here. Once I find the appropriate label, I'm just going to spin the camera around. That's just the view out the brewery window for those of you. A wee bit of a windy sort of day out there, but I'll give you a tour outside shortly. Right, so the next step is you've got your beer bottle. I'll come back on here so you can actually see. Just on tripod here. You got your beer bottle, and we need some labels. And as I say, this is all 100% craft, so it's all done by hand now. And find the appropriate label, of course. Normally I have everything sorted out, but I'm just doing this off the. Here we are, Pilsner. We need one of them. So there's your sticky label. I'm not going to bother putting the right date in it in the moment. Normally you'd set the date to the appropriate date, which I'm not going to bother. Stick that on there, and once again I need two hands. Take the back one off, and yeah, stick it on there, straight-ish, and away we go. There we go, one beer bottle. The reason the label's coming off is condensation in the bottle. Normally the bottles sit in the drying rack there for about an hour for all the condensation to disappear. So that's why the label's coming off, because that normally is at room temperature before I do the labeling. Yep, that's one of my other toys. That's my little still for making some dodgy rot gut. Another one of my toys. Many toys. Anyway, anyone want to make any comments before we move on? CDL4 NORM in the Catlins Brewery Tour.
Yes, okay, through HJQ. Sorry to break in there, Norm, but just had to disconnect the guild because they're running the EM motors, and it just disconnected the guild from the system there. Over.
Roger, thanks for that there, John. Keeping an eye on things. I'm just about done here anyway, so I'll just run through the last bit of it. And how are you keeping up so far? Any comments or questions? Okay, no comments?
No, it's been a fantastic tour from VCAS Racetrack. You're doing an excellent job there, Norman. The video stream's perfect. It must be running at 720p. The image is actually spot on there, over.
Oh, fantastic. ZL4 NRM. Well, we'll continue the tour of the Catlins Brewery. So two different sizes of kegs we have here. We have these 50-litre kegs, and do you have any 30s lying around? Let me see. Oh, there's a 20-litre one up there. That's 25 litres. I don't have many of them, but there's a 30 down there. These are empties. Getting ready to fill them up shortly. I might even give you a demonstration of that. Oh look, here we go. You can see the delay. That's quite impressive. That's a big delay. There I am, just caught up now. Hello. That is a big delay. That's quite impressive. There you go. Oh well, I might as well show you some ham radio stuff now. Being that we're ham radio guys, that's my ICOM IC260 on the Dunedin repeater there at the moment, and there's my MFJ tuner, my Kenwood TS440, my wee QYT cheap Chinese radio. It's just an inverter I use. It's a 12 volt inverter, up to mains power obviously. The magic red button, future project there, power supply, and my wee Ching Chung Chinese radio on there as well. So there's my toys for ham radio in the real world. I'll give you a tour of the outside shortly. ZL4 NRM. What else we got? Somewhere else we can show you. Okay, let's show you out the big boy's beer fridge. Oh yeah, I've got another ICOM in my truck there as well. So I can't go too far in here because I'll probably lose reception, but we'll do our best. So big boy's beer fridge. I'll turn some lights on in here. Hopefully the video doesn't break up, but yeah, there's some supplies in here. There's more around there too. So that's the big boy's beer fridge. That's what you call a real beer fridge, boys. And any girls that's listening out there, I'm not discriminating. And this place is a bit of a mess at the back here, but everyone's backyard, everyone has to have a messy area somewhere, and my truck absolutely needs a real clean. It's a filthy beast of a thing. Oh, neighbour's cat running away. I did show some of you guys in here before. We're back again. Sorry about that. I told you we'd lose reception as soon as we went in there. ZL4 NRM returning. Sorry about that. I told you we'd lose reception when we went in there. So that's pretty much the end of that part of the tour. Anyone got any questions, comments, or anything? Anything you want to see more of, or ask any questions? Go ahead now. This is ZL4 NRM standing by and listening.
Hi, Norm, if you knew you were going to do a live feed on YouTube, why didn't you bring your car? It looked new as bad as mine. GM0 VUVs and just going.
Yeah, ZL4 NRM. Yeah, no, it's winter time here, and there's a lot of gravel roads here in New Zealand. In fact, we'll go out the other end and we'll show you. Yeah, it's just muddy. It's just almost pointless cleaning your vehicles at the moment. Everything's wet and muddy and miserable, but it's winter time for you. So one of these days I will clean it, maybe in the summertime. Cleaning's overrated. Oh yeah, I've got another tank there that hasn't come in yet. That's a number 8 tank to come in. Same there again. So I'll give a wee guided tour of the outside now. ZL4 NRM, just a quick break. ZL4 I'm returning, so there you can see how far away I am from the beach here, and here we are, wee bit of a look at the surroundings, and up there is the start, one of my, that's my 80-metre dipole up there, weather station right in the roof. The weather station you can get on weatherunderground.com. So we'll have a wee run up here. Hopefully the internet keeps going. It should do, because there's another access point in here. This is our guest room in there. We have a guest room. I don't know if you can see very well in there. Yeah, we are Airbnb guest room. I've just stripped the bed because we had people in last night, so I haven't actually cleaned it up yet. But any of you guys want to come and visit, we do have a separate guest room here for you. We've got a barbecue and all the usual stuff, so it's en suite and separate from the house. Now, yesterday I was up there. See up in the hill there? Let's see. Get my finger in it. Up. That's where we were yesterday, up there. So that gives you an idea of where we were. Well, let's stop for a wee break. It's L4NRM returning. So I don't know how well this comes out in the camera. Not too bad. You can see my scuttle pipes there, and the other one on this corner. That's my 40 meter delta loop, and right on the top there is my 2 meter Yagi, and the pole right next to it's got a dual band 70 centimeter 2 meter just a fiberglass antenna. There's my 5 gig receiver on the roof there. That's from Internet plus the weather station. Heading back over onto the deck, which is about to be extended all the way out to here. That's another round to a job. Don't ask too much about that one. Hi. But yeah, a bit fresh here today. Whew, that's cold. There we are. Get a wee view of the ocean there. Nothing between there and South America. Well, actually, probably in that direction. You're looking southeast. You probably end up in Antarctica, probably. Nugget Point in the distance there. The lighthouse on top of the hill there. Nice wee spot. Quite famous. And last of all, there's my homemade copper pipe J-pole, 2 meters. And yep, that does very well, that one there. And there's the chiller I was showing you there before from above in there, and that's a grind room. All going to get a lick of paint this summer, and maybe even clean my truck. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it, enjoyed the tour. And that's pretty much it for me, really. And of course, we've got the entertainment area out here. We're going to have an entertainment area. Boys trampoline, spar pole, barbecue, and the outside fireplace. Anyway, I'll end it here, boys and girls, anyone who's watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And on that note, I'm going to have a wee bit of a questions and answers session. If anyone's got any questions or anything like that, I'll hand the mic over to whoever wants it. So just goodbye from me. We'll see you guys later. And signing off, L4NRM, standing by for questions. Bye. See you next time. How do I stop this stop button?